everyone, and welcome to week 24 of Dan's Diary Philippine house build. Again, not seen a drop of rain all week, so you can imagine outside progress has been pretty good. And as we've got a hole in the roof because the roofers still haven't turned up, progress inside was okay. We got 382 subscribers, so thank you very much everyone. And a pair of my subscribers called Hans and Riza gave me a photograph, so I'd like to say thank you to Hans and Riza. I'd like to say I hope your house build goes well as mine does. They're building a house in the Philippines, I think it's next year, so fingers crossed all goes well for them. Right, well, back to mine. And as I said, progress has been quite good. I think I've got a fur ball. So without any hesitation, let's go and have a look. Well, will you look at that? The water boys have delivered me pressurised container for me water. So it comes out the ground, goes into that, fiddles around a bit with filters and pumps, and then it shoots back into the house. So, oh yeah, and you can see the masons have made me a little a stand for it to stand on. There'll be I think the roof, it cantilevers across that, and then he's going to do some kind of a canopy so it doesn't get direct sunlight, so it's not hot water. That's it. So that's good progress for Monday morning. I couldn't talk it over with Joel because he wasn't here, so what I've done, I've made a decision that the patio will go down not 3 layers. On that side it'll be 2 probably, and on this side it'll be 1, because we're taking off all of this to about that joint there where it's nice and convenient. We'll have a step there that goes up if you want to walk round there. There'll be a step there, you'll go down. So this will be 1, and that will mean that it's not horizontal going into the house. It's 1 block below, what is it, 8" below. So the rain's gonna come along there, hit that, and there's no chance of it going into the house. I think that's a better idea, and I think aesthetically it'll look okay. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how that looks. There's the boys. Well, he was working a few seconds ago, he's stopped now, but he's put a couple of layers on today. What time is it? 9:30, 10 o'clock. He's put 2 layers on already. So that's progressing well. The water boys, as you saw, have delivered the metal pressurised container, so they'll be cracking on. Max is keeping guard of all developments. Electrician's putting in some lights. Let's have a look at him. There he is. He's putting in some lights. And the plasterers stroke painters, they're just smoothing off everything and getting that to look very, very white and very, very smooth. Yeah, and if you didn't see it before, you can see it now. They've smoothed off the wall at the top, so that's ready for the roofing, the ceiling guy just to weld on a ceiling at the back of that. That's all been smoothed off by the painters and plasterers, so good work by them. And I think I saw the electrician at the weekend putting the concrete around the fuse box, so with a little bit more to be done and the painters to smooth off, that'll be finished. Yeah, and the same goes for sundry little areas throughout the building. Marked on the fireplace the height of the shelf and the plinth at the bottom, so the foreman, the blockwork foreman, can start making that. Well, good morning, and first thing Tuesday, what did I see? But the ceiling guys have completed the little ceiling below the stairs in front of the man cave. And just around the corner are the electricians feeding wires into the orange pipe, the conduit, which will then be slung above the ceiling of the kitchen. While the music's off, we'll have a look at this, because we don't want a copyright infringement. I've already had two. There you go. That's his second coat going on, making it look nice and smooth. Right, what he's doing, what is he doing? He's making the opening to the right size, because the door frames have arrived. So they'll either be painted white or they will be painted a brown colour to match the floor and the door. Haven't decided yet. Anyone got any ideas? Send them in messages. Right. So we should see a couple of these door frames installed today. Very good. Right, so what else have we got to show you happening today?
Hello.
He's going round and just filling in any little bits he sees. This is the first layer, so he's just priming it, getting it ready for the second layer. And they haven't done that bit there anyway, so I guess this is the next room they're going to do. Outside we've got the pathway being constructed. This will be the main pathway. At the moment it comes out the house and then it'll do a U-ey, go straight down here. There's a grass section here and a grass section, well, there's grass sections either side of the path, and then we've stopped it there because we don't know exactly, because we haven't designed it yet, where the service gate and the main gate's going to be, but that pathway will link up with both, so that's where we've stopped it for the moment. A CCTV man should be here this week or next, which will allow them to put the soffit boards on. Soffit boards are turning up sometime this week, we're told. And there's my little man doing the fancy pebble dash. That also, I might add, goes to the entire back of that garage wall. So all that will get the same treatment. And then while we're on the subject, the Wi-Fi connection comes down that pole, comes under here, goes down the garage floor, up the wall and in to where the modem box is. So Sparkies will be putting that pipe in, might be this week, but it should be next week, because then that will allow them to do that back wall, make it good and do the back wall. Now all that blue pipe will vanish because it'll be underground, The wiring is temporary, so fear not about that. And it'll have a canopy over it to stop it getting hit by the sun. We've placed it there so we can render the back of that wall and gain access to behind it. Only thing that we will add is another stop valve in this pipe. At the minute it's not got one, so we'll add one maybe there, so we can do maintenance on this and anything else without having a big problem. So there's a pressure gauge there which tells you the pressure inside that, and there's a pressure gauge here which tells you the pressure underground. So it's all cleverly worked. And there's Maisie. Okay. Suppose I could show you this now. They're getting ready to pour the concrete on the columns. So next time we see it, we might see this all concreted up. Now look at that, will you? So he's done all that this morning. What time is it? 10:30. He's done those lower bits this morning. Then he's going to do that bit. Then there's the back of the garage to do. And there's a line across that wall. Horizontal or parallel? Horizontal line, but parallel to the balcony. There you go. He's just scraping off the surplus bits, so the painters don't go too mad when they have to smooth off that wall. And that's the next bit he'll do this afternoon. Just talking to Joel, after we've done the retaining wall, which is after the masons have finished the barbecue unit, after they finish that and one or two bits and bobs inside the house, they can then do the retaining wall, and then when that's done, maybe start that next week, then all that soil there can get shifted across to the back, and we can start to see what we've got down there and plan out where my pond's going. Now Wednesday we have the columns cast, as you can see. He's putting another layer on the top. That might be the last layer, I think. Yeah, I think he's levelling off the last layer. Yes. Yep, very good. Now Wednesday morning, you can see they've put all of that on the walls. Yeah, that's quite a good bit of progress there. There's the process of the path taking shape.
Hello, Max.
Good morning, boys.
Good morning.
And there's the two frames in place. Just got to make it good with concrete around the edges. As far as the frames are concerned, they've put the frames in and now they're embedding them with concrete in the back. all down there, so they're not going to move at all. They're fully fixed in there, and we've done that one to the MC with the door handles on the correct side, and I checked the other two they've done, and the door handles are on the correct side for that as well. There is one door that changes the handles from the right to the left. I think that's one of the bathrooms. And these guys here, this structure will stay in place for some time because it's for the roof, for the ceiling framing. So they'll do the ceiling framing standing on this, then they'll do the smoothing of the walls standing on this, then they'll do the boarding standing on this, paint the ceiling standing on this. They might even install the windows, I would have thought, a bit later on. Oh no, they've got to clear it to then put the tiles on. So we'll be negotiating this for a few weeks. Now the guys are... Give us a smile, Joy. Oh, is that it? He's filling in the gaps with some concrete. Yeah, he's got the hinges on the right way, which is good. Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good. Right, and he's preparing the width for the one in the ensuite. So it looks like this one up here will be done shortly. And we just had the kitchen people in, and they're going to give us a little price for some kind of a little wash basin over there at the same time. Okay. Here's the man cave frame installed. Joy and me have just seen the CCTV man, so he's going to give us a price for some cameras and some door contacts. We've just also met the kitchen guy. He's going to give us a price for a kitchen that goes in there and some drawers inside of there, and also some drawers inside there. Okay, there's the framing going up for the ceiling in there. You can see the bit in the middle, the hole in the middle. So they're not hanging about. Yeah, let's have a smile from my... let's have a smile. Right, he'll break the camera.
America, from America yan.
English.
English.
So that's going to be nice and smooth when he's finished. And is that the overhang there? That's how far? Yeah. Okay. So that's the overhang of the roof. It'll protect that. Protect it from the sun. Yeah. Yeah. He's rendered the front. Just needs a bit of finishing off now, smoothing, plastering going over with the painters. That guy's welding on the roof. That's the overhang at the top. Very nice. There's Monkey Man doing his welding. Yeah, that's not going anywhere. There's the round patio. Not bad for a Thursday morning. So we've got the ceiling guys cracking on. They're doing very, very well. The door frame people are installing like mad. We've got that going all the way round. We've got this being constructed and that's looking good. Keep up the good work, Joel. We have our bedroom door ready for fitting. There's a bit of a gap all round that one. I presume they're not going to be filling that with concrete. They're going to have to do something to make that fit a little bit better than what it does. But generally speaking, that's going in today, I would hazard a guess. We got any in here? No, I think they've made that end one the right size, and they're slicing the wall for that one to be the right size. By the look of it. That one's in, that one's in. I wonder if there's any in here. No, that one's not in yet. Now the one on the right going into the laundry room is a different width to the one in the left, which is the bedroom. I've queried it with Joel. I might even have that frame removed and a full-size one put in. It all depends on how I feel later on today. A little bit of gentle finessing with the blockwork, just to expand the opening so we can slide in the 700 wide door frame. And we're back to our friend here who's putting in the door frame to the bedroom. He's just making sure it's level and vertical. I tell you what, if it's not, he's got loads of plate. And now you see the external door going into the bedroom. Well, as you can see from my sign, it's Friday today. They're putting up the shelf, reinforced concrete shelf, so that will go at that height. Don't forget, we've got to raise the floor by a couple of 100 mil, so that'll be about 750, 800 high. Be about the same size or height as a kitchen worktop. It would appear they've got a little bit of backfilling done there. You can see here it overhangs 1 metre, so he's got the 1 metre on one side there. He's cut it to the right size and he's now got one, well, he's welded it on, hasn't he? You can see, and he's welded it on so it's 1 metre that size, so it's all the right thing. You can see the shelf, we made the rebar. I think I showed you that earlier on, didn't I? Well, today's Friday, as you know, and today there's my boundary marker, the red concrete circle, and that's technically not my tree, so we're going to leave it. because it gives me some shade. So we're just going to do this retaining wall. It doesn't have to, I mean this bit doesn't have to be retaining because I can't see the soil doing anything with this, and that's not retaining anyway. So we'll just go straight across there. And then the boys, right boys, give me a smile. The boys are going straight across there. They've started the retaining wall. They're just going down until they hit proper soil and not surface soil. I'm sure there's a engineering word for that. And it's not load bearing. Well, I suppose it is. I think Joel said something about a metre, but we'll see what happens. They'll go down, then they'll put rebar in, fill it full of concrete, put some shuttering up and fill that full of concrete as well, I would imagine. Throw some blocks there, and that's it. So that goes all the way across to there, and then this area can get cleared of all this debris, and we can then start to move the soil from the side of the house to the back, increasing my garden a little bit. You can see the back of my barbecue unit. Still no roofers. So these guys are cracking on. Well done. Max is just keeping them under control. Good boy, Max. You help dig. Help dig that retaining wall. Dig, 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 dig. Dig, 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 dig. I'm not paying you 500 a day. You finished? There's Mr. Joel, the master architect and builder. He's the guy that's doing the house, as you know, but he's also doing this morning. We've got the earth down to a load-bearing level, and rather than have a little bit there that messes about, we'll just go up, back and then round. That bit there I can live without. It's going to cause Joel a bit of problems because the ground does slope down there, so we'll just avoid it. I'm not too bothered about that. I can always plant something there. So this is progressing well, isn't it, Joel? Yeah. Getting ready to do the shelf now. They've got the sink, a little stainless steel sink. And this man here is putting it in place. He's going to measure the hole. Well, he's measured the hole. He's got a mark on the formwork. And then he'll do the casting of this with a hole. And then Joy will be happy. And there's all the render. Started to render the inside. Oh, and the roof. Let me just show you the roof. Walk over here a minute. There's the roof structure. Now, if I could put some solar powered lights on there, it'd be good, wouldn't it? So, one last look for this week at the barbecue area. All that's been done in a week, I think, if I remember correctly. So, imagine what it's going to look like at the end of next week. Very good. Look at the state of that. Before we get too far into the back filling, Joel's going to connect up all the connections, and we're going to run all the water pipes, the sinks and the toilets and the mains water that comes in, to check for leaks. And we're going to swap over little things that need swapping over and put stop valves in if we need it. And then as soon as there are no leaks there, and we've checked it and we've sealed it again, we'll then backfill. I think that's the most sensiblest route out. Quite happy with that thought. And there will be, say, this pipe here and that pipe there, which will stick out above the surface of the path. Well, to be honest, I'm not too bothered about that. We can paint it white or paint it the same as the wall colour. The chances of anyone walking down this bit here or walking on the path are very slim. They'll be walking on the grass, I would have thought, which is why I bought some, what are they? They're, I'll put a picture on the screen now. It's like a plastic mould that you fill with concrete, then you take the mould off and you've got your concrete step. So I'm going to put some of those scattered around here, so at least you walk on those and not the grass, and not wear my grass out. And things like that one, that'll have to be extended, won't it? So it's at the surface here, so we can flush the pipe out. Little things like that we can get sorted out at the end before we do the backfilling and before we put the concrete on the path. And we've just agreed with Joel and the electrician. Joel's just taking the electrician round now to show him the location of the spotlights. So all the downstairs spots, there'll be one there, one there, one there, a couple on the corners. So all the spots on level 1 and level 1.5 will be controlled by a switch in there. The spots on the second floor will be controlled by a switch on the second floor. Okay, straightforward, isn't it? So our friends the roofers have turned up with the extra materials that we needed. So there's some extra materials there, that's for the roofing section. These ones here are for the soffit, and that's also for the soffit there. So Joel can start the soffit works and the roofers can finish off the roof hopefully on Monday. So by the end of the week, next week, the roof should be watertight. Smoothing off the steps so the painters can put their skim on it, get that looking all nice and smooth. So my painter is smoothing off that wall for the second coat, as you can see. The first coat he rubbed down and was like glass, and that is the second one. That's the initial concrete layer, just to bed the frame in, and then the painter, he comes round, puts a couple of layers of that, the filler on, and that will be as smooth as that will be when he's finished. And there's one of the painters sanding the second coat of skim to get it nice and smooth. Very good. Right, you remember the gaps to this door frame? They've all been filled in now. Look at that, look at that. That looks very professional. And when the painters are finished putting this filler on top of that, it will be spot on. I'm going to wing this exit. I normally have a little bit of a quiet run through, but I'm just going to wing it and see what happens. Progress was good, wasn't it? I particularly like the door frames going in, and the plasterers are doing a fantastic job, and the Sparky, every time you look at him, he's doing something. Great bloke, great bloke. Okay, so we've got a couple of bloopers today because I think things didn't entirely go according to plan. Next week's progress, what have we got? We've got the roof subcontractor should be here. Well, there shouldn't be any rain, so they should be working. They've got all the materials, so we should get the roof finished and watertight by this time next week. So fingers crossed that happens. The retaining wall is cracking on. So with that finished, we can then move the earth. Joel thinks if he plans it carefully, we can start moving the earth even while he's still working on the retaining wall, because it's quite long and he can backfill that bit while he's working on this bit, and then he can do that bit. And if you look at it like that, he can be backfilling here and the lorry is delivering, but he hasn't reached the slope yet. So we might make a phone call to the excavator people towards the end of the week and prime them for the following week, last week in November. So fingers crossed. That's it. So thank you all for joining. Thank you for watching this far. If you feel the urge to join and you're not joined already, please hit the subscription button. Please share, please like, leave a comment. You know the things people say. What they say is true. It does work. YouTube do seem to add them up. There's some kind of weird logarithm, and it helps the person producing the videos. So I wish you all luck, I wish you all health, and I wish you all wealth. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next week. We have our bedroom window, bedroom, redo that.
Yeah, you pay good. Okay. That's good.
What are those goats doing there?